Hello, this is Shekhar welcoming you to another delightful part of our programming. As a part of ATN's tribute to 100 years of Indian cinema, we are delighted to present an outstanding young artist today who has become so famous and popular in a very short span of time. None other than your favorite, Shweta Pandit. Hi Shweta, welcome to ATN and welcome to the show.
I'm a huge fan.
Oh, gee,
Thank you so much.
That's very sweet of you. Shweta, hearty congratulations. You recently won some awards, especially for your latest Telugu film. You won a very big award. You're an extremely popular artist. Now, you've done over 100 in the Hindi cinema industry. Some of the biggest movies, songs, they've all become such big hits. They've got enormous airplay in hundreds of radio stations around the world. So, our congratulations to you again.
Thank you so much.
Tell me about the roots. You know, you come from an extremely illustrious family. Your sister is an outstanding, well-known singer, and your granduncle is none other than Pandit Jasraj, whom I've had the honor of interviewing, by the way.
Okay.
So I'm delighted to have you in the studio. So tell me about your family and the roots.
First of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm completely loving every moment of being here with you. It's a huge honor.
Thank you.
And yeah, I mean, I've been really blessed. I've been very fortunate to come from a gharana of singers and take great pride and I'm so humble about the fact that my entire family has been serving the music industry for 5 generations now.
Wow.
So I'm the 5th generation. It started off even before my great-grandfather, Pandit Motiramji. And then Pandit Motiramji, his younger brother, Pandit Jyotiramji, they started Indian classical as vocalists back then, long back. And then it went on to my grandfather and my Guruji, Pandit Pratap Narayanji, who's the elder brother of Pandit Jasrajji. And of course, the institution himself, Jasrajji, and we come from the Mewati Gharana of Hindustani classical music.
Wow.
And it went on when my grandfather came to Mumbai to take music forward, because he had 9 children and he wanted all of them to do something in music. He got my dad and my aunt Sulakshana Panditji to Bombay, and Bombay back then when it was called Bombay. And she became a hugely popular Bollywood singer and actress.
Right.
Back in the 60s and the 70s, when she was working very closely with Mohammed Rafi Sahab and Kishore Kumar Sahab,
Right.
and Mukesh ji, and you just name any of these legendary artists, and she was touring with them at a very young age. And in the 70s she became an actress. And my dad was always, actually he was like the backbone, I can say, for because he was the oldest. So then of course there was Jatin and Lalit, who are my dad's younger brothers. So they have contributed immensely to music, Bollywood music. And then it's me and my sister currently singing, and I have an older brother, Yash, as well, who is into television and film as an actor. So it's wonderful to have such a beautiful family which is only talking about music, and that's beautiful.
That's fantastic. If you go back in history, you were only 12 years old when you did Yash Chopra's Mohabbatein.
Oh, yes.
What an opportunity for a 12-year-old kid, you know. So tell me about that film and what led to that.
Mohabbatein is absolutely, you know, one of the films, and it was a project at that point of time which was huge. And I remember Aditya Chopra ji, Aditya sir as we call him, had just done Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. And I got to know that 4 years down the line he was auditioning and looking for new talent, and he wanted to introduce new singers in the movie industry. And I got all excited and I told my dad, "Dad, I want to audition for this." And he thought I'm joking because I was 12. And everyone was just like, that's impossible, you know that. You're still studying and you're still in school. So I decided that since I still have to learn a lot, I'm going to go and attend the auditions. So I kind of sneaked in. And I was there in one of the corners of the studio and listening, and you know, I was in the presence of Anand Bakshi Sahab, and Lata ji was there, and Yash ji was there, and you know, I was like, wow, I'm so fortunate to be in the same room as them, and I wish that I could work with them, you know. And at that point of time, the one thing that was playing in my head repeatedly is that it's going to only happen maybe 10 years down the line, maybe when I'm 22 or something. But then I remember Bablu Chakravarti ji, who is the music arranger of Mohabbatein. He's been a veteran, actually. He recently passed away. He saw me, he spotted me, and he said, hey, why don't you audition? You're a good singer, you know, you should try. And he was very, very, very encouraging, I must say this. And he was the one who kind of, you know, said, I'm going to put you right in front of Adi and you're going to sing there. So that's what happened, and Adi sir heard me, and he said, you're coming for the next round. So 6 months down the line, I was chosen, and I rendered about 5 songs in the film. Seeing my name, I still remember, on the same inlay cover as Lata ji when I was just 12.
Wow.
I was crying, and I was literally like thanking the universe for it. It was beautiful.
That's fantastic. Can you hum that first tune?
पैरों में बंधन है, पायल ने मचाया शोर. पैरों में बंधन है, पायल ने मचाया शोर. पैरों में बंधन है.
Absolutely fabulous.
Thank you.
After that, there were movies like Iqbal and, of course, Karan Johar's Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna.
Yes.
So tell me about those.
After Mohabbatein, I met up, the first composers I met were Shankar, Ehsaan and Loy. And they called me in to sing Ishq Khudai Rab Ne Banai from Rudra. This was popular, and then there was Ishq Khudai Rab Ne Banai, Ishq Khudai Rab Ne Banai.
What a voice you have.
Thank you.
Fabulous, absolutely
Thank you so
fabulous.
much.
Do that once more for me.
Actually, there's so many songs. Ishq Khudai Rab Ne Banai, Ishq Khudai Rab Ne Banai. Dilon ki chahat hai, ishq mein masti hai. I sang in Nayi Padosan, which was the title track. Incidentally, both these films were produced by Mr. Nitin Manmohan. He's been a giant producer for movies, and he was the one who introduced me in a strange way, because my career actually didn't start with Mohabbatein. It started when I was 4 with Anjali.
Yes, I know, with Raja's music for you.
Anjali, 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 chinna kanmani kanne.
And Nitin uncle was the producer of Anjali as well.
Right.
So he saw me all grown up, and I was 14 then, and he was making me sing for the lead actor of his films, and Bipasha Basu was the lead actor of Rudraksh. And he was like, wow, aren't you the same little girl who sang all the songs of Anjali? And it was amazing, because, you know, there I was working with Raja sir, absolutely clueless about what my journey is going to be back then, when I was just 4, to work with such legendary people. And Anjali, of course, won the national award, and it was a highly, highly acclaimed movie. And I did a lot of songs as a choir vocalist as well, for children's choir, for films, and a lot of songs for children in movies like Pardes.
I love India. I love my India.
And Raju Chacha.
Raju Chacha, Aiga.
And Nitin uncle kind of remembered all of that, and then I sang in Nayi Padosan, which was a song called Sari Sari Rehna Jage Mere Naina Baat Mane Na Bekarar Dil रात दिन करे इंतजार दिल मेरा ख्याल है देखो कमाल है मेरी नई पड़ोसन देखो यारो हाँ बात मारे ना बेकरार दिल रात दिन करे इंतजार दिल.
As an artist, when you sing, there is a difference in the singing. We have great respect for Mukesh ji when he sings, but the gamag that you do, often you don't hear in his voice.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he is more suited for Raj Kapoor singing. But when you do those finer gamags, that's only because of your classical training.
I was 6 and my sister Shweta Pandit,
Yeah.
she also has been a great influence on me as a vocalist because she was the one who was learning music under my grandfather first because she was the older one. And I remember my parents told me if you can join her and learn, but you know how children are, they want to play and they want to, you know, not do a lot of hard work. So seeing all the other kids, I always kind of, you know, went away when she was practicing. One of the occasions I was back home early and there was this whole mehfil at home. My dad was playing the tabla and my grandfather was having a tanpura and he was teaching my sister how to tune the tanpura. And he was singing Rag Megh. And my sister was following exactly what he was doing. And my grandfather must be probably 77 years old at that point of time. And my sister must be 8 or 9 or something. No, maybe she was 10. And she was picking everything like at the snap of the finger. And I was like, wait, how is this possible? Like, how does she do this? You know, because somebody who's not done it is always amazed how it happens. And then I went to her at night and I said, how do you do that? And she said, the time that you play outside, I'm usually working on it. So she said that you should try to do it. So I went to my grandfather and I said, Dadaji, I want to learn how to sing. And he was excited. He's like, sure. And he, you know, made me the shagird. He made me his student. And he said, you have to pledge that you're going to, you know, work hard and you're going to do a good job and you're going to make us proud. And I said, okay. And that's it. That's the beginning, and it was a lot of hard work because I always had a very low-end voice when I was a kid. And I always thought that I could never go on the higher notes. And I would always cry every time he would take a taan or a difficult piece. I would cry because I would feel like I can't do this. It's very difficult. But he said, okay, since you're crying and you can't do it, you have to do it 350 times by the time I make my tea and come. So he was always like, I'm counting. And he would, you know, give me these amazing little ways of getting the gamak and the murkis right. And yeah, that's what we used to do.
That's wonderful. You know, then you went on to, you know, successful movies where you had participated in Partner and Welcome.
Yes.
Tell us about these movies.
There was Partner, You're My Love, which was a massive, huge hit. Actually, it was probably one of the biggest songs of my career. And we had Sajid Wajid doing the music for that. And I completely enjoyed that song. It was a fun, energetic song. हो गया रे हो गया हाँ मुझको भी प्यार रे हो गया रे हो गया हाँ दीवाना यार You're my love जाने जा You're my love ये You're my love जाने जा You're my love मैं हूँ तेरी तू है मेरा चल चाहिए अब है. And the same with Welcome. The song was called Tera Sarapa. And it was a fun song, and I kind of changed my voice to sing that song because Anand Raj Anand, who did the music for that, he wanted me to sound very sensuous. And I'd never sung before that so, because I was always known for my sweet and my romantic songs. And then he's like, no, you're going to sound sensuous in this. So he's extremely great in, you know, bringing out the best from a singer. And that's exactly, I think, he managed to do when I was singing this because I would not be able to do it myself. So he really believed that I could do something like that. So I just changed it to जान जान लो मेरी जान मैं तुझ पे जान दे दूँ दिल क्या चीज़ है दिल के सारे अरमान वान दे दूँ. So, you know, it was a complete transition from the sweetness to a little bit of a laid back, rusty voice and expression.
From there on, success after success, then one of the greatest stars of India, Dharmender, who was making a movie, he approached you and and that became a big hit.
Yes, that was Yamla Pagla Divana.
Right.
And I remember I met Dharam uncle.
Yeah.
And he saw me and he said, मैं आपकी गले लग सकता हूँ, like I just want to give you a jhappi. And he is so warm and he's so loving, almost like it's like you know him for years. And I've been a huge fan of his, and it was a huge honor singing in a film which had almost his entire family together with him on that screen. And Chadha De Rang is a special song because I was singing my first Punjabi sort of song, because I never sung Punjabi words in a song before. And this was one song which kind of, I was so thrilled that I could say the Punjabi words correctly, and everyone kind of clapped when I did it. So it was very exciting.
Do that for us.
चढ़ा दे रंग, चढ़ा दे रंग, चढ़ा दे रंग सोने आवे, चढ़ा दे रंग, चढ़ा दे रंग, चढ़ा दे रंग सोने आवे, हो ततड़ी दा हाल सुनावा मैं वारी जावा, चढ़ा दे रंग.
You're so versatile. You can go from Bhagyashree Rag to do Alap, and you could do I Dreamed a Dream from Les Miserables, right? So, I mean, it's unbelievable, the contrast. It's fantastic. So, just give us the first line from I Dreamed a Dream, because your pronunciation, your English, your accent was just superb, okay?
Thank you so much.
So tell us, it's legally international standard,
Absolutely.
basically.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I Dreamed a Dream was the first time I was actually attempting to sing in English and also to sing something that's been my dream, which is opera. And I think that I was very happy that everyone loved it so much. So I'll sing this for you. I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving. I dreamed a dream in time gone by.
Let's now go on to your music video productions.
Sure.
You were featured in some really popular hits that you created this music video. So tell us about it. Your own compositions,
yes,
some of them.
Yes.
Yeah. So in other words, the nicest thing is you're a singer in film industry. You're a classical singer. You do folk, bhajan, geet, ghazal, everything. On top of that, you're a composer, and now you're releasing music videos where you're actually featured as well. And by the way, I'll come to your fashion model business. That we'll discuss separately. But let's talk about this first.
Sure.
You're a real all-rounder.
Thank you. I've one of the first things that my parents told me when I was getting into music was that we would be really proud if you can sing all kinds of songs. So the focus was never that you should be singing the kind of songs that's made right now or composed right now for you as a playback singer.
Right.
If you can sing classical, like just how you mentioned,
Right.
if you can cover all the genres and you can pull it off with your voice, we'd be really thrilled.
Right.
And that's been my constant focus all
Right.
through my life, to be able to sing devotional,
Right.
to be able to sing classical, to be able to sing Les Miserables, Broadway,
Right.
Everything with all heart and the way it's supposed to be sung, with the right kind of study of it.
Wonderful.
And I actually did my first devotional album when I was 12 with Pandit Jasraj-ji,
Wow.
which was called Mahalakshmi. And I did 4 albums with him. One was with Shankar Mahadevanji, which was called Ganesha. And I did Sukh Samriddhi Suraksha.
Was that the Sanskrit one, Gananayakaya?
Yes.
Oh,
I did
wow.
one bhajan in it, which was in Rag Madhuvanti, which was beautiful.
Just do that for us a little bit.
Vighneshwaraya Varadaya Sureshwaraya Lambodaraya Sakalaya Jagadhitaya Nagananaya Shruti Yajna Vibhushitaya Gauri Sutaya Gadanatha Namo Namaste.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This is a very special tribute to you. You know, you're such an outstanding artist. I've had the honor of interviewing your grand uncle,
Ji.
Pandit Jasrajji, when he came into the studio. I want you to watch this with me, just a little piece there,
Love to.
where he's talking about the importance of inculcating values in music, okay? Let's take a look at it.
Sure.
He comes from such an illustrious family of great masters, Panditji, who inspired you when you were very young.
Say about Ustad Fayaz Khan Sahab, Pandit Tumkana Thakur, Bade Ghulam Ali Khan Sahab, and of course Ustad Amir Khan Sahab. They were my my Guruji Pandit Maniramji and my uncle Pandit Jyotiramji, my father. But my father was, when he died, I was only 4 years old. So I actually don't remember. But my brother Guruji Pandit Maniramji and my uncle Pandit Jyotiramji, I remember my uncle was a very great musician and he was so handsome. So we used to adore him.
That's wonderful. That brings me very pleasant memories. Never did I ever think, when I did that interview, that one day I'm going to be sitting down with his grandniece, who is so talented, who is following his grand uncle's footstep, and who has mastered the art of both the popular music as well as classical music. I want you to do a little alap for me on Bhagyashree, dedicating it to your grand uncle. And this you sang at the Elephant Classical Festival.
Yes.
You know, as a tribute to your grand uncle, and his contribution to music will be in the history books of India for years to come as well. And it's amazing that you're here. Can you do us a little sample of the Gharana that you're familiar with from a family tradition?
Sure. You want me to switch on the Tanpura?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. जगत जननी भवानी 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 माता काली का माता काली का
The new generation, representing this form of music. You would never imagine many years ago that here's a pretty girl sitting with blue jeans, with her hair nicely down, absolutely mod looking, who sings English songs as good as any other Hollywood singer for that matter. And here you are doing this rag with perfection. Just
Thank
amazing.
you so much. It means so much to me because I feel like I'm doing my parents proud, and if they're watching this, I'm sure they're going to be so thrilled.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you can't top this now.
Thank
So
you.
tell me about how this has helped you in terms of building your confidence singing in the film industry. Because, you know, singing now, frankly, to be honest with you, movie is another skill, but it's a piece of cake for you. Because, because you know why? You've mastered this, you know, combination of Sanskrit, literature, and combination of classical, Hindustani classical music. Amazing. Tell me.
Actually, if you have ever checked out any of my interviews or wherever people have asked me about this, I've always mentioned that I can't even imagine my life without classical music. I can't imagine my singing career without my training in classical music, because everything that I sing and everything that I know and every ounce of music that's there somewhere, and you know the kind of music that I've soaked in all my life, and the sensibility that I have about music, thanks to Almighty, everything that comes is from my grandfather. And everything that I've learned is from what he taught me, and he taught me, and he was an incredible guru. You know, he would teach me with so much love that it's absolutely impossible to find a replica of a person doing that again for me. And I was really fortunate. I've been always fortunate. You know, even if I would not actually become a singer, I would still consider myself fortunate that I was spending time and learning music from him.
Fantastic.
It was so beautiful. And yeah, I mean, I think classical music is so essential to, as you said, make it simpler for you to understand that what goes into Bollywood music. Because Bollywood music is a breakup of classical music.
Right.
So you use the same amount of murkis and harkats that you actually are doing it in a more depthful, in a more slow and gamak, and you know, all these little tools that you use, ingredients that you put in when you're singing classical, they're used in a more subtle way in playback singing. But of course, if you hear someone like Lata ji and Asha ji and all of these great singers, they have of course used the proper way of singing classical music into film music. So they've combined it beautifully. But today's music is more lighter. It's more Sugam Sangeet. That's why you will see a lot of untrained singers as well who've become singers. But I would still feel that the Indian root, the Indian way of listening to a song or music is the Hindustani classical.
That's fantastic.
And it's amazing that we can weave that into Bollywood music.
That's fantastic. You know, another common friend of ours was here recently, and I featured him as well as part of our tribute to 100 years of Indian cinema, especially in the Punjabi film industry. I recorded him many, many years ago in Canada first. He was born and brought up in Canada first, but he went back to Punjab and and he settled there. Harbhajan Maan.
Oh, okay.
You did some work with him.
Yes, yes.
In the Punjabi film industry.
Absolutely.
Now tell me about your involvement in the Punjabi industry.
Actually, that was accidental. I got a call from Gurmeet Singh, who does a lot of Punjabi films. And he said, "Aap Punjabi gaenge?" So I said, "I've never sung it. I've just sung Chadha De Rang." I think that's a song he heard, and he wanted me to sing Punjabi.
He's a great singer.
Yes, yes. And he called me for this song, which is with Maan Saab. And it was called Sun Mere Chan Maya, Sun Mere Chan Maya, Ki kar gaya kamli nu ve, Lulu cho bolda tu ve, Main teri, main teri, main teri, main teri. Sun Mere Chan Maya, Sun Mere Chan Maya.
Then there were successful hits, Joker, Main Krishna Hoon, and then David.
Totally.
Yeah,
there was also Mere Brother Ki Dulhan and Ladies versus Ricky Behel,
Oh,
Satyagraha.
that's Salim Sulaiman's music, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So tell us about that.
Neel and Nikki as well, actually. Just before Yamla Pagla, Salim called me and he said that we are doing our first Yash Raj film and it's called Neil and Nikki and we want you to do a song for it. So that was cool and I just went up to the studio and they hit the song in the studio. And the first thing that I heard was something that I haven't heard before, something which went like ta ta ra ra ta ra ta Neela Nikki ta ta ra ra ta ra ta Neela Nikki. And they just played this and I was like, how did you do this? Like, who comes up with a sound like that? It was unexpected and it completely blew me away because that sound and that kind of a Western yet very, very Bollywood influence was unheard of before that. Everything was very, very typically Bollywood.
Yeah.
But I think Salim Sulaiman really broke the rules and they went out and did something like this and I think it was outstanding for 2005. Wouldn't expect that at all. And then I recorded Neela Nikki, the title track, and Adi sir heard it and the whole crew and the cast heard it and they said, okay, she's going to be the voice of the film. And that's how I ended up singing Hallare Hallare and Acclaimed. So there were 3 songs in that film and of course Hallare is
Hallare.
yes, Hallare is one of my favorite songs because it was my first solo. You know, it was a huge song for me. ना पैरों में पायल ना हाथों में कंगना चली मैं चली हो ना आँखों में काजल ना माथे पे बिंदिया दीवाने की ढूंढो गली. Whoa, I wanna show my body, move the night away, हो चाहे बस चाहे ये दिल दिलबर को पाना रे हल्ला रे हल्ला रे हल्ला रे. आँखों में काजल माथे पे बिंदिया दीवाने की ढूंढो गली.
You know, another dear friend of mine who has been in our studio, he's one of the greatest, you know, assets of Indian cinema, which, you know, whom he became world famous after his Oscar. None other than my friend A.R. Rahman. He was here in the studio. We did a special with him as well. We featured him. Now, needless to say, he spoke about his great success, and you participated in that. You were part of the Jai Ho tour with Rahman. He chose you. You have to be outstanding for Rahman to choose you. Rahman is an extremely choosy person.
Yes.
Okay, he's a very nice guy, but he's also a perfectionist when it comes to music.
Absolutely.
So tell me about Jai Ho tour and also Slumdog Millionaire, the biggest song, you know, that became such a big hit. You participated in that as well.
Well, working with Rahman sir is like one of my biggest dreams I had. I remember I was in the 8th grade when I was trying to chase him because he didn't live in Mumbai. So I would always like feel like, when am I going to grow up and when am I allowed to travel so I can meet, you know, Rahman sir? And my mom's like, you have to wait and you have to be 22 and then you can fly to Chennai. And so everything was like, oh my God, please, I want to grow up, I want to grow up. So I was that much of a fan of his. And it took me 10 years to actually meet him for the first time. So I met him for the first time in 2008. And he thought I was my sister. So he's like, hi, Shraddha. I was like, no, sir, I'm Shweta. He's like, oh, I've never heard of you. But I did a music show with him called Mission Ustad. And that's when I actually worked with him. And he heard me and saw me perform for the first time. And he came backstage and he said that, you know, I never heard you before. And I think, you know, it's amazing that you can pull off like different kinds of music. And I thought that was such a big compliment coming from him. And on that show, we were composing our own music. That was the whole reality TV concept that we were doing. So that was with me and my sister Shraddha and Naresh Iyer, one of his finds as talent. And the 3 of us would come together and we would write music and he would judge us on that song. So he told us, like, guys, I think you should write your own music, you should write your own lyrics because Shraddha writes really well as well. And I'll come to that at some point later in the interview. She's written Chule Asma with Farhan Akhtar and
Oh, yeah,
Salim
yeah.
Sulaiman.
तुमको तो किसी का घर बसाना है
And she's written Chinere Mora Chain.
चीनी रे मोरा चैन मृग नैन आज
She's immensely talented as a composer too. Absolutely gifted, apart from being a vocalist. So Sir was really impressed, and it kind of ended there. And then a couple of months later, he just won the Oscars. He won the Grammy, and you know, all these massive things were happening, and we were so excited that wow, you know, it was a proud moment for India as well. And the next thing, I got a call from his office, and they said that Sir's going on his tour, and he wants you to be a part of it. And I was like, I was like this little girl who, you know, maybe, I don't know, it was like the first time you get something amazing in your life that you always wished for. And it was at a moment when he had, you know, got so much and received so much love from across the globe. And to join him on tour after that was something incredible, because I was getting a chance to share the stage with him. It was such a huge honor, first of all. And second of all, I was singing in front of 1 million people, you know. And it was an experience that kind of just, it's all inside me. And it made me so thankful to God, because we performed at some of the finest venues across the globe. And I was meeting some super talented, amazing musicians, which I would never even imagine meeting. And I was singing some of his most difficult songs on stage.
सांस में तेरी सांस मेरी तो
Songs which are not easy to sing on stage,
Right.
basically.
Yeah.
They require a tremendous amount of control on stage, and all the difficult songs, he'd just like point to me, okay, she's going to do this song.
Wow.
So it was a huge compliment for me.
Fantastic.
Because he was trusting and believing that I could do something like that. And I'm very, very thankful to A.R. Rahman sir. I think he is one of the most kind and one of the most amazing people to work with.
To one of
One of his songs.
Yeah.
I actually just recorded with him for Highway
Uh-huh.
and Lekar Hum Deewana Dil and his new album Ronak.
Uh-huh.
So this year I've had 3 releases with him.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you. And you want me to do one of these
Yeah,
or one
please.
of his other songs?
One of these.
It's these?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a this one is a traditional poetry written by Sant Kabir,
Uh-huh.
and he has composed it, so it's beautiful.
And which movie is this?
This is Highway.
Highway. Okay.
Yes. हीरा सोए सराहिए सहे घनन की चोट हीरा सोए सराहिए सहे घनन की चोट कपट कुरंगी मानवा पर खतने करा खो दिल बेकसूर है कितना पर है ये जरूर है फितना जाने ये चलना सीखे ना बुझना मीठी सी जिद है सजना जिद की हद है सजना
Beautiful. You don't even need an orchestra.
क्यों दिल बेजुबान है
Needless to say, that takes me on to Unplugged. You're Unplugged. And that's become very, sort of popular now.
Yes.
But very few singers can really do that. Okay, because there's, a lot of people otherwise they need the full orchestration to be able to really augment. Now,
Right.
you've done some fabulous stuff in, Unplugged.
Yes.
So tell us about it.
Yeah, I really enjoy composing my own songs and writing them too. And I did that with Keh Do Na, which was a song that I did just on the piano. And I decided to go completely unplugged with that.
Yeah.
With my friend who lives in Los Angeles. His name is Kevin Doucette. And I just did it like a collaboration. And I worked days and nights writing that song because it was my first.
Beautiful.
And everyone really enjoyed it, so I'm thrilled. कह दो ना जो दिल में है, कह दो ना सुन लो ना जो ख्वाबों में है, सुन लो ना, सुन लो, सुन लो ना.
Beautiful. Let's watch that.
कह दो ना सुन लो ना.
You've inherited this incredible talent of multilingualism. In a country like India, which is truly a secular state, you've had the exposure as a youngster traveling across the country, zigzag, different provinces, different languages, different traditions, and you've absorbed them all, and you've taken the best out of it. Tell me about this experience that you have gained. You know, this is priceless.
Absolutely, actually, it's been priceless, and it's been something that has been so inspiring for me as a person. I think the immense growth and the immense change that I see within myself, because when you learn a new language and the meaning, and when you're trying to recite it, it makes you so humble, and it makes you such a student, you know, to keep grasping and to keep soaking in as much as you can. Because sometimes when you're doing something that you're in your comfort zone, you just feel like you're the king or the queen of that thing, and you just know how it goes. But when you're doing new things like this, is when you know that there's so much to learn, and there is so many things we can do to enhance, to improve, to bring about a change. And when that is accepted by the people living in those cities who understand that language, it's beautiful. When I sang my first Tamil song for Yuvan Shankar Raja, which was for Billa 2, it was called Idayam.
Very popular movie.
Yes, and it was for Ajit sir. He was playing the Don, and he called me to Chennai, and he didn't tell me it's a Tamil song. He just told me it's a song. And when I was writing the lyrics, I said, "This doesn't sound Telugu," and he said, "It's not Telugu. It's Tamil." And I said, oh, I don't know Tamil. Like, I was literally like, I've never sung before in Tamil. He's like, "You'll do fine. Don't worry." And suddenly I was like, you know, my palms were sweating, and I was like losing it, and I was like, how am I going to say this? Rah, 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 rah. And you know, like, I was like, I have to do this. I have to do this. And I just kind of gave it every little piece of my energy, and I was like, I'm going to get this right. I'm going to make sure I say each and every word the way it is said. And it makes you so humble that I completely come, like, it's a liberation or an experience that, you know, it's like finding a new me. You know, when I come out of the recording booth, I'm like, wow. Today I should pat on my back, because everyone clapped and everyone was like, wow, you got this absolutely right. And I said, I hope no one's going to like throw tomatoes when I finished, when it's released. So they said, absolutely not. And then fortunately, thank you God, I won my Best Singer award for that song for Radio Mirchi. So that was amazing for my first Tamil
just
song.
hum the, do you remember the first
Yes,
line? Oh
yes.
yeah, just hum it for us.
இதயம் இந்த இதயம் இன்னும் எத்தனை இன்பங்கள் தாங்கிடுமோ ஆசை தூண்டிலில் மாட்டிக்கொண்டு இது தத்தரித்த துடிக்கிறதே காயம் யாவையும் தேற்றிக்கொண்டு இது மறுபடியும் நினைக்கிறதே
இந்த இதயம் இன்னும் எத்தனை இன்பங்கள் தாங்கிடுமோ.
Your pronunciation in all these languages sounds so authentic.
Thank you.
And again, God bless you. That's primarily because of your knowledge of Sanskrit.
Thank you so much.
I think you've inherited, you know, that perfection. And I can also see whatever you are doing, it looks like you're putting your heart and soul into it. You feel for that particular song. It looks as though every word is totally understood. before you even sing it. Okay?
Thank you so
So that
much.
shows in the actual delivery of the song, and the public would be able to see it because you're so pretty. You're now also a fashion model, and you're now acting in a movie, I believe.
Yes, yes.
So tell me about your acting career now.
Actually, my first film was David,
Yeah.
which I did with Bijoy Nambiar, and that was amazing. I was working with Chiyan Vikram, Neel Nitin Mukesh, Jeeva.
Uh-huh.
Tabu was in the film. There was Lara Datta in the film. I was playing the daughter of Nasir Saab, who's a veteran in the movies, and it was amazing. I think it was absolutely special, and all thanks to Bijoy Nambiar, who directed the film, to bring me into acting, because that was something that obviously you can't really plan to become an actor one fine day. You have to have a certain amount of knowledge. You have to go to a university and you need training for it. But there he just saw me and he's like, you should become an actor and I'm going to cast you for my film. And I was like, wow, I didn't know it's so simple. But he he had an eye for spotting talent. He always spots amazing talent which you haven't seen before, from theatre, from all these walks of life. He meets so many people and he's so observant that he knows where to spot his next actor. And I think that's precisely what he did with me, and he brought me in front of the camera.
But fear not, dear sisters. मैं बहुत जल्द तुम दोनों चिड़ियों को भी यहाँ से आजाद कर दूंगा.
And then watching that, I got a call from AKFC Production, which is Anil Kapoor film company, to do 24 with Anil Kapoor sir, who was doing it in, who was recreating the show in India. And there I was working with Abhinay Deo, who made Delhi Belly, and of course I was doing my scenes with the one and only Anil Kapoor. I'm a huge fan of his. So it was great to share screen space with him, because for me it was more like learning how he does his scenes, because he is a perfectionist and he actually discusses the scene a lot, unlike most actors, before shooting it. So for me, when I was doing a scene where I have to fall, where he has to hold me and do an action scene, he would teach me the technique of doing it. So he was not like, just do it, it's easy. He would not say that. He would teach me how to express it too. So it was amazing, because for me, being a singer, to get that side of how the actors try to recreate what we do, so it was a great insight to be able to do that, and I hope to keep doing it.
In the next 5 years, what can we expect from this great artist?
Actually, most of the things that have happened to me have been on the go. I've always been very spontaneous. A lot of things happened unplanned, and fortunately for me, it's always been beautiful things. This is my 14th year as a singer, so completely unplanned. And I just recently did Raja Natwarlal as well, which is a special song that I did with Yuvan Shankar Raja for his first Bollywood film. So, there's so much that just keeps happening.
Imran Hashmi is in that film, right?
Yes.
He spoke about that film here recently, and he spoke about the music in the film as well. Tell us about your song in Raja Natwarlal.
I'll probably just sing it, because it's a beautiful song, and I've even like I've got calls from rappers who've said that they like the song, and they're like, I want to rap on this song. It's so cool. So it's nice that when a mainstream love romantic song gets something like this, it's amazing.
Wonderful.
कल थे मिले फिर क्यों लगे ऐसे तुमसे मिले अरसा हुआ जैसे अब तू बता जो पता तेरे बिना लम्हा लम्हा जिएंगे कैसे ओ तेरे हो के रहेंगे ओ दिल जिद पे अड़ा है ओ तेरे हो के रहेंगे ओ तेरा शौक चढ़ा है ओ बड़ा महफूज
You know, in the old days, Lataji, and she comes from a musical family, and her sister Usha Mangeshkar is a singer, Asha Bhosle is a singer. Two sisters in the same family have never really sung in a movie, and you have a distinction. You and your sister sang in the same movie.
Yes.
So tell me about that particular.
Wow,
you
you
know.
know this. Yeah, this film is called Ladies vs. Ricky Bell. It was made by Yashraj Films, and of course had the music of Salim and Suleiman,
Right.
who are brothers themselves.
Right.
So they kind of came up with this idea
Uh-huh.
and said, you know, why don't you do Jigar Da Tukda, which is a massive hit in that film, and I do Thagle,
Uh-huh.
and let's just play this to Adi sir and
Right.
see if he likes it,
Yeah.
because it's nice that two sisters are singing in the same film, because the film was essentially about women
Yeah.
trying to get this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a great thought process that went behind it, and Adi sir loved the idea, and that's how I sang Mundiya nu thagle thagle hai mundiya nu thagle thagle hai mundiya nu thagle thagle mundiya nu thagle 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 thagle. My sister sang my jigar da tukda hai my jigar da tukda my jigar da tukda you are my sona sona mukhda. But it's amazing that we could do something as sisters, because as you said, that's not happened before.
You're an extremely talented youngster, and I think, you know, you're going to come out in flying colors in the coming years. We're going to hear a lot of, you know, great things about you.
Thank you
There's
so
going to be
much.
so many awards coming your way. So, and your personality is superb. Even if you become a big film star, movie star, don't ever give up your singing, because you know why? You've got God's gift. You're such a beautiful singer. You've come for the first time to our ATN studios here in Canada.
I was completely blown away, because I feel that you so inspired me by creating something so amazing and giving so much of yourself passionately, and there is so much devotion that goes behind doing something like this, and I realized it after coming to the ATN studios, because it was my dream to always do something like this for music. And you have everything archived, you have everything, every department set for every little different thing that goes behind television that people just watch and enjoy and have a good time, but there is so much that goes behind. And you took us to experience that, and I must say that was incredible, and I have to thank you for doing something and putting this together, because as a youngster, I would really want to do something like this in the future and save classical music as a memory, because there's so many things that are scattered around. It's great to have everything under one roof and do it and present it so beautifully to billions who watch it. And I think you are doing your responsibility with perfection. It's amazing.
That's very sweet of you. Coming from you, that's a real compliment.
Thank you.
Again, keep up the great work you're doing, and please convey our regards and our love to your family.
I will.
Take care.
We hope you've enjoyed this presentation. Please like, share, and subscribe so you can be up to date with all our content.